Happy Monday. Over the last couple weeks in my quiet time, meditation hour, I have had a reoccurring theme come up that I want to share with you because it's been inspirational for me. And your first challenge, I guess, is if you don't meditate, highly recommend you sit quietly. Our lives are filled to the brim. So sitting quietly for 10 minutes and just observing the thoughts that pop up, that can be, or more, 10 minutes or more, that can be very healing. So highly recommend you do that. If you already do that, the second part of this challenge this week is to consider releasing judgment to create more space for joy. Anytime we want to add more of something in our life, we have to look at what we can give up to create the space for it. So as I've been recently in my meditation, this is a message that has been on my mind. And I am a project manager, so I love clear direction. So if I have something that feels tangible, feels like a task that I can, tackle, I love that. And for me, releasing judgment to create more space for joy, that is a great challenge. So one I want to offer you today. So if we think about this, judgments are not productive. They don't help us grow. And we want more joy in our life, or at least I do. So if we can release judgment, we will create more space for joy. So how do we do that? Well, first, of course, with anything, it's observing, right? It's observing the judgment thoughts that you have. So over the last couple of weeks, as I've been intentional about this, I have observed, because anytime you bring your attention to it, you can observe more than you can ever imagine the judgmental thoughts. And there's two kinds. There's the judgmental thoughts that you have about yourself. I can't believe I just said that. And then there's the judgmental thoughts that you have about others that are not productive. So I don't know. I don't like his pants. I mean, who cares? Followed by, well, I don't like that thought I just had. That's super judgmental. So now that was a 2-for-1 special. I judged somebody else and then I judged myself for that thought. So that is the judgment we want to release and instead just observe. I just had a judgmental thought. I'm going to release it. Let that go. I'm not going to think any more about that. Well, observation and observing that you've just had that judgmental thought is step one. Step two then is sometimes if you're able to just release it and it goes, especially if it's ridiculous, then perfect. Release it. Sometimes we get stuck, especially in that didn't sound very smart, or why did I say that? Those kind of things, we sometimes get stuck on that. So those type of thoughts, judgmental thoughts, can be hard to release. So things that you can think about doing would be stopping, taking a deep breath and imagining that thought just leaving your body. Just exhale. Just let it go. Second of all, look around and focus on something beautiful in your space or outside in nature. Just look around. There's always something beautiful you can find in your space if you have a mind for it. Or finally, if you're really stuck, one thing that I've found that can really help not only brighten your day, but also someone else, is to just send a note to a colleague or a friend about something that you appreciate, or just let them know you're thinking about them. That gets you out of your brain and overthinking what you just thought. You're overthinking your thoughts or what you've just done, and it helps you sort of flip that script on a new, more positive thought. So the idea here is to create more space for joy, we have to give up judgment. We have to release judgment. Not that we're not going to have judgment thoughts. We will. That's just, we're human. But it's a matter of observing it, releasing it, letting it go, not getting stuck on it. And that's how you're going to find more space for joy. So that's your challenge this week. If you're not meditating, try it. Just sit quietly. Focus on your breath. Second of all, notice those judgmental thoughts and don't get stuck on them. Just send them, release them, and let them go. And that will create more space for joy. Notice the difference. All right. Have a wonderful week.